In this video, I'll show you how to use AI to QA or test your Facebook tracking setup to make sure that it's working as expected. Before showing you the method directly, we need to have some small context, which is what are the standard Facebook events and what are the data that we should send within these events. I'm sure that most of you already knows that answer, but let's go through them real quick. So I have started my chat with ChatGPT. You can use the same prompt with any other AI tool out there. I told it that I have a website that sells clothes, and I want you to let me know what are the events that I should have on my website for my Facebook pixel tracking or my Facebook pixel, and also tell me what kind of parameters I should have for each type of event. And parameters are basically the information that is sent with the events. So for example, if we are sending a view product or view content event to our Facebook pixel, we need to have the product name, the product price, some product information, and this is basically the parameters. Now let's see what ChatGPT have provided. It provided a column with the event name, and then a trigger and a key parameter. So for example, we have here the view content event, then we have the trigger for that event, and then we have the parameters like the content ID, value, and currency. And then ChatGPT also gave us some notes that explains information about the table. Now let's go to the website and do something. So at any part of the screen, right click and hit inspect. Click on these two arrows, and this window might pop up for you from the downside of the screen or the right side of the screen, doesn't really matter. Let's hit network, and inside the search bar, add in your Facebook pixel ID or just type Facebook. You can do either. Then let's refresh the page. Once we do that, if we have Facebook tracking set up on our website, we would see these network requests, and these are called network requests. So what we are observing over here are basically the Facebook events. So check this out. This is the page view event. You can see it from the wording. And then there is another page view event. In this case, this is not duplicate event. This is not the same event coming in twice, but each Facebook event should come into this section with two types. So text plain and PNG. But at the end of the day, these are considered as one event. And also we have the view content event. So if we want ChatGPT to QA or test this event, we can do something. So we can come here and press this download option over here and save this file into our system in any file. Then after saving and downloading, which I have already done by the way, I have sent the file to ChatGPT and I told it I have downloaded the Facebook network request from the console panel for my Facebook tracking for my Facebook pixel, and Facebook pixel ID is X. You need to add a correct Facebook pixel ID. This is a dummy ID, of course. And then I told it this is for the view content event. Based on that, I want you to validate that event and let me know if you have any recommendation or if I should change anything regarding it. So ChatGPT will analyze the file, and then it will list down all the details it finds inside the file. Then it will show us all the validation and all of the parameters that it found inside the event. And at the end, it will give you some enhancement or feedback. So for us, it asked us to add the category parameter to the Facebook view content event and also add a brand parameter. This is the only thing that I have found or the recommendation that I have got from ChatGPT, meaning that I can just go ahead with this tracking setup. It should be working as expected. So that's the first method when you want ChatGPT to QA your tracking setup. But let's say if you have multiple events on the website, which would be the case. So what you can do is actually enable this option over here. So here is reserve log button. You need to click on it. So the network requests saves all the future Facebook events that will happen across your session and keep them showing into here. Once you do that, after finishing, so for example, you can add a product to cart, begin checkout, trigger all the events for your Facebook pixel. At the end of the session, before you close the browser, click on the download button, send it to ChatGPT, ask it the same. It should get back to you with the same feedback for the old events. Now, since we have covered this one, let's talk about two other methods that we can use to validate our Facebook tracking setup. So the first one is obviously checking out the parameters inside the events and making sure that the events appear in our network requests panel. So here we can manually click on each and every event and making sure that it is working as expected, and always choose the PNG format to troubleshoot and make sure that the events are firing. So we can check all the parameters. So for example, the content ID, where it will give us the value, and then content name, it will give us the product name. So we will need to make sure of two things. One, the event is firing. Two, the parameters are here and they have dynamic data. When we go to another product page, we have a new content name for that product or product name. So that's the second method that we can use. Third and final method would be about the pixel helper. So if you don't know like this extension, this is basically developed by Facebook. You can install it on your browser, and within it, you'll have access to all the parameters, and it will actually give you some recommendations if it finds any issues. So the first thing that you would notice is that it has the Facebook Pixel ID, which is the same one that I am seeing in the network requests. And then it have the events. So it have the page view event. You can click on it so it expands and show you all the information inside that event. And you can do the same for the other event. And it will also show you all the parameters. So for example, here we have the content ID, content name, product, currency, value. With that, you can easily QA and make sure that your Facebook tracking setup is working as expected. And yeah, that's it. I hope that helps. If it helps you out, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe, like, and share this video, and leave a comment out there if you have any question. My name is Ahmed, and I'm a web analytics specialist with more than 3 years of experience in web analytics. And I post free content on YouTube and LinkedIn on web analytics for free. So yeah, see you on the next one.